Alliance Quest Season 10 changes. Hey everybody, how you all doing? Welcome to the second video of Tuesday. Hello. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to unpack with this. A lot of us have been hoping for, as I just bite the inside of my mouth, ouch. A lot of us have been hoping that there'd be changes, and changes are coming in as of the 24th of November. I think mainly the changes. There are a few changes, by the way. A lot of it, Glory Store related, because let's face it, the meta of the game changes, moves on, and players are getting things like Paragon and want to see more value from that particular Glory Store, as well as better rewards. There's some good things, there's some bad things. Well, there's not bad things, but there's things that haven't really changed. We're going to go into that in this particular video. There's other things when it comes to buffs. These buffs last one day, so you can try a new buff each day or stick with your favorite. So yeah, I don't know if that sounds like a alpha changes maybe. It says at the beginning of these maps, each player will be able to select one buff that will grant your AQ team new abilities. Great. Okay, that's fine. Biggest change to Alliance Quest this season is the addition of choice nodes to maps 4 to 8. Fun. Okay, good. Got to be honest, I got a bit bored of map 8, and I've actually dropped down because again, it's like the reward side of things. It wasn't, and it's still, well, debatable. We'll have a look at the reward situation in a minute, but yeah. Anyway, we'll have a look at it in a minute. Loads of these different buffs. You got stuff here that's when an exhaustion, fatigue, or petrified debuff is applied to defender, also applies a non-stacking 20% potency taunt debuff lasting 10 seconds while the defender is under the effect of 3 or more damaging debuffs. The attacker gains a fury passive, granting 20% attack rating. Helpful, fun, good. I don't know if this means that things are going to be increasing with difficulty. I thought we might see map 9, but that's something that I don't know if that's wishful thinking. Not wishful thinking, that'd be kind of like scary thinking, if you know what I mean. But there's a few other things as well, like nodes, changes, etc., down to like personal preference and reading it. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go and check out this particular, forum thread. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to be extensively reading through the different, new buffs and stuff like that, because it's just too long and extensive. But the rewards are going to be the most important thing, because that's what we said. Rewards are the most important thing when it comes to MCOC. It's got to be rewarded. So we made some changes to AQ rewards that should give players a lot more rank up resource. New ranked rewards that provide 2 to 5 times more rank up resources. Map crystals are being removed. The value of these crystals was both outdated and unclear to players. It some undermined the point of the future, and we were automatically opening these crystals for players. Okay. New honor milestones and scoring for map 8 eternal buffs. Okay, new map rewards. One of our overall goals is to encourage players to play higher tier maps, just as long as they make it fun. That's the other thing. It's risky to push higher map because of the reward structure, but we want to encourage alliances to push a little harder and further. We've got to check this out in the rewards. The new rewards should help by making it less risky to move up maps if an alliance isn't confident they can 100% exploit every day in the future. We'll also explore scoring changes that will reward alliances for moving up, even if they can't 100% a map. That's good. But the biggest problem with that is, still players will be encouraged to work hard for their fellow alliance mates, and will, spend resource. So are we maxing out our resource on this one? I don't know, man. Early days. Map crystals have been removed from the peak milestones, but glory amounts aren't changing. Wait, doesn't that mean players will earn fewer rewards? It does not, because the Glory Store is getting a massive buff. Rank up resources will be significantly changed. But in any case, cut to the chase. Let's get to the reward side of things. That's the most important thing. So in game at the moment, this is on screen. This is position number 1 for Alliance rank, and then let's go over what Kabam are planning to put in. So from a glory perspective, it's still 3,600. That's still there. Tier 6 basic. Tier 6 basic at the moment for number 1 alliance is going to be, what is that, 4,500. And the proposed changes, see that that's bumped up to 20,500. Tier 3 alpha, yep, that's buffed. Tier 5 class catalyst now. Tier 5 CC is 25%. Well, that looks like that's 50%-ish. Yeah, it's 50%. the thing I want to point out with this is that I'm still surprised not to see tier 6 class catalyst. From what I gather, that was actually put into. By the way, I'm not look, it's been buffed. Yes, we're getting rid of the map crystals. Yes, it's good news to see the volume of tier 5 basics, which I personally struggle with, kind of like getting the volume that I require. Having 140k is still very good, especially at the top level. And especially as you go down to the positions that I'm kind of like accustomed to, which is, you know, around about that between 100 to 251 mark, that kind of like section there, depending on what map we're running, whatever time. It's still like, it's a buff, and that's thumbs up, that's good. But at the same time, it's very weird not to see tier 6 class catalysts come in some sort of shape or form into this, especially comparing with like what we've recently seen from Alliance Wars seasons. So that's kind of weird with that one. Also, as Kabam have said that they've removed the map side of things, it's then a weird kind of question as to like, okay, AQ season 10 milestone rewards is there, and then in game it has map crystals. And map crystals would get something like whatever. You might have to kind of look at this of like, what have we lost from those map crystals? And Kabam have said it will be replaced. So let's have a look at how they figure it to be replaced. And I guess this is kind of it right here. So Conqueror awards. I'm not interested with Conqueror awards, but I guess is it Conqueror and upwards, or it could be a lot further. Is it going to be the gold battle chips, or it's hard to tell. This I'm kind of like, I won't say I'm like overly lost with it, but I'm just going to find out what are Kabam referring to with certain things. Like, is there a certain map thing? These are the sections here that you get. Oh, there's the map 8. There we go. So like map 8 is 60. This is when you complete. This is when you get when you do a quest. When you do an AQ quest, that you get 4,500 tier 5 basic catalyst fragments and 6,000 tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments. Is that good? I don't know. If you're getting that if you're getting for 5 days, 5 times 4,500. Okay, 5 times that's 31. That's not 31. It's 30,000 tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments. So you're kind of close. Well, you're not close with the tier 5 basic, but you're definitely kind of close with the tier 2 alpha, with kind of like forming on that. Gold, 16,000 gold. Okay, and then what do you get? Oh, you get more for the exploration, right? So that's actually not too bad because you add those two together, and that's a lot more. So it'd be 5 times 10,500 of tier 5 basic fragments. So yeah, I guess it's a case of like that's going to be like one formed and a bit, 1.5, let's say, of a tier 5 basic, and more with tier 2 alpha. So that's good. That's thumbs up. So I guess that's kind of mitigating the problems and the issues with it. It's just a case of like, well, how are we going to make up for the potential loss that could be seen from the map crystals, which, you know, give some good stuff. I've definitely pulled some nice stuff and topped up. But again, we'll have to kind of assess how much of a top-up is this going to be. Now, we'll come back to the Glory Store as the final thing. I just want to go over the Honor Rewards, because Honor Rewards are very important in-game at the moment, which you've got them up right now, is that as soon as you get yourself up to the 22nd milestone, you get 10% of a Tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment Crystal. That has been put up to 25% now, so from 10% to 25%. So that's a buff, that's good. And it's a selector, which is even better. You do get a fragment crystal at milestone 24. Whether or not, again, this is kind of like how one would achieve that. And that's just based on the kind of the points required, the honor points required, of course, to get that as an eventuality. I'm going to be focusing now on the Paragon. Now, I would be should I be focusing on the we'll have a little, I don't know, we'll have a little bit look into the Thronebreaker Glory Store, but you know, I want to focus on Paragon. Paragon's like substantial for this, and also we'll be flipping between in-game as well, because like, you know, it's important to see like where we're going from and where we're going to. So the weird thing about this is relics rank up resources now goes into the Glory Store. I've had a video kind of like prep for this, which is actually out on Saturday, that kind of talked about where I believe it to be. So I'm gonna have to make I'm gonna have to put a pinned comment and say, well, if you've seen this video, then you'll know that I did have a theory that this would actually go into the Glory Store as well as a few other places as well, and it was definitely there. So damn it. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so relic items are put into the Glory Store, which I find is a little bit weird, but look, they need to go somewhere, and having to extensively grind out in stuff like Battlegrounds in order to get trophy tokens to spend on them, because that's the other place I think they're going to be, is that they could go into the Battleground store, or they're going to go into a proving ground. Weird to see a tier 6 ISO selector. That's very strange. So ISO wise, there's nothing at the moment in this ISO. So a Kabam helping out with the ISO problem by giving you tier 6 ISO. Very interesting. Also, gold crystals are now bumped up to being uncollected gold crystals. Again, cool. Brilliant to see. Low cost as well for those two things, and can help out if you've got any ISO related problems. It means that you're not selling your ISO in order to kind of get level up stuff. You could go to the glory store if you've got remainder glory, which are pretty cheap at 40 glory. That's not too bad. It's not ridiculous, but it's not too bad. And then you've got other things as well. Tier 3 alpha. You got 5% of tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha, which is great. That gives you an extra opportunity. There's nothing like that in the store at the moment. And also, it looks like that even even Thronebreaker. I'm actually going to even Thronebreaker get that. Right there. No, right there. Thronebreaker get that. Wait, put it in screen. Yeah, Thronebreaker get it as well. That's weird. That's weird. When does like... I'm not saying that they should create a divide there, but it's weird to note that tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha 5% is same in both of them. Kind of think that, you know, are we separating out Paragon any further? Does the new title mean anything? Well, again, it is what it is. Again, it's down to like personal takes on that one and opinions, whether or not you think that the title Paragon's actually worth it now to separate out anything between the Thronebreaker and Paragon. But we'll have to see now. I have to do a few more comparisons here as to like what's available. Tier 5 basic wise, 50%. You get 10 there, price of 160. Compared with Thronebreaker, which get put it into shot now, right at the very bottom. It says tier 5 basic fragments 15%. So that's a bit of a difference. That's a bit of a difference from 50% down to 15. So yeah, okay. Like, well, there is some divide then. There's some divide with it. What else? I think that's really it. There's nothing like too overly spicy. Tier 5 class catalyst is a 5% and 10 you can get as a limit. And the tier 5 class catalyst for Thronebreaker is still 10 for 250. So I guess the price points are going to be probably the main thing with this one. Is it actually... I forgot that right? No, it is 200 versus the 250. Right, okay, so there's a 50 kind of gap. So there is price differences, of course, there was going to be. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. So I mean, for me, problem at the moment for me is tier 5 basics. As soon as I get them, gone, you know. It's good to see tier 6 basics and tier 3 alpha, the volume of 5%, but it's not so substantial. And I think a lot of players will kind of opt for doing other bits of content like Battlegrounds, or they'll kind of do other events out there in order to grab tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha, especially Paragon, because you kind of think like, well, that volume's not huge. And especially with things like rank 5 resources coming in, it kind of, and you will need a lot more tier 6 basics. It kind of feels weird that that's only 5% and the limit is... But we'll have to see. Like, there's a lot of chase resource coming out at the moment. One thing that isn't mentioned is the health potions. Now, I think they're not... Some of the stuff is not mentioned in any case, probably because it's just going to be there as standard. You hope it to be there as standard. You really blinking do, because it could be absolutely ridiculous. But in any case, there's still some like good stuff that's on offer here. Tier 4 class catalyst is something that does interest me a little bit, which you can get 1 per day at the cost of 40, and in a specific nature. I think that's definitely improved. So yeah, from a Paragon and Thronebreaker perspective, you will see some buffs. So this is good. It's good to see some improvements with the Glory Store. It looked really nice. Final note from all this particular things is the following. Quicker but smaller updates. As mentioned, are updates to Alliance Wars and Incursions. We plan to make more regular updates to the mode moving forward. This means smaller, more frequent updates instead of big ones like this every 9 to 12 months. This also lets us address issues or drop new content at a faster rate. Timeouts and prevent death mechanics fixed an issue where the Corvus timed that method wouldn't kill him. Okay, so that's tackled that. Theme buffs removed. With the major changes that we made, so these tagged buffs oh yeah, they're going to be removed. So that's the kind of future with that one. And we've just got time as well to kind of go over some quick opinions on this, especially because a thread kind of came up and some thought process. I like this one here from Yodabolt, which kind of goes over pros. Better rewards in Glory Store, new opponents, better reward exploration. Cons, still no change to the format. This was probably the #1 request from players, moving to a 3 or even 4 day cycle. Apparently this fell deaf ears. Again, rewards are still not worth the time investment. As we said, there is still chase rewards that are not in there, which are in Alliance Wars seasons. Same boring thing every day. Again, repetition. This is why we're calling out for new modes like Alliance Raids. No glory cap increases. And again, it would be nice to see glory with an improvement of the store and places and things to buy. I just hope that the increment and unit cost, and increment and glory cost is adjusted, or feels like it's adjusted, that your take home is good and all that stuff. And it says updated revive and healing potions with much larger health pools. Yes, that does need to be done, because it is just annoying to go, oh, right, the health potions do not cover the meta. We have got 7 stars coming in next year. We've got 6 stars at rank 4. We've got rank 5 just around the corner, and we have not seen a buff to those health potions. So still work needs to be done on this one. But it's just it's very repetitive. Removal of the ticket system, that would have been nice, but just face it, Kabam aren't going to do that. Seems to be forcing people to go higher in maps, which also ties into time commitment required for AQ. So yeah, that's the one thing about the game. It is now becoming more grindier. Like, I know Kabam are kind of like, they never wanted the game to be so much time investment has to be done in, but it is. Free to play need to do arena in order to grab units. You've got battlegrounds that now require a lot of grind in order to be successful. And if you have no success, then it's tough. It's tough to make gains, and it's tough to kind of like get anywhere in the game if you're not making gains in somewhere that rewards very well for the time investment in it, but it still requires a lot of time investment. You've got AQ, AW, incursions, you've got monthly event quests, you've got perma content like story mode. There's a lot of things to do in this game to keep up to date with everybody, and especially non-spending, trying to get up there with Wales and the top prestige lot and the most high competitive alliances in the game. So it's a lot of work for a person to have. But in any case, small W in a mode that still needs some looking into, as we've kind of read like there. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to the Glory Store changes. Not really looking forward to having to grind so much. And tier 6 class catalyst, where are thou? I mean, look, if you go into to seasons at the moment, we go into click season button, season rewards right at the very top, and we click that one. 25% of a tier 6 class catalyst fragment crystal. Where are we? Where is it? Come on. Some stuff really needs to be kind of thought of here. That's been a video. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that'll be. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.